Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bros Park. Today we have a little bit of a double header feature for you. We got episode 6 and episode 7 of SANDA. Shut the fuck up. Don't do that in my presence ever again. All right. But we got 6 and 7. We're going to kind of breeze through because we ended up, having some other real life stuff last week. So we didn't get to 6, but we're going to breeze through that and then talk about 7 as well.
Yeah, episode 6, freaking Ono came back, Headmaster, Creeper, he's probably in the walls or some shit, and then we see Sanda and Headmaster Oshibu fight, and that fight looked fucking cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah, they had some sick action moments, which is awesome. They also had some awesome connections with like Santa lore to how he powers up, like kids have to be asleep because that means they're safe and they believe in Santa, and that's how he gets his strength.
That's like a direct source of strength. And also we see Oshibu's like kind of backstory, not really backstory, but we saw all the surgeries and like all that like mental like pain that he went through. No physical pain, but then like it shows how mentally strong he is. Because when he was like recovering from the injuries, the guy's like, yeah, it must hurt just to freaking breathe and exist right now. And then he looks away, looks back, Oshibu's just freaking walking.
Yeah.
Bloody footprints on the floor. I'm like, God, dude, this guy's such a Chad. And like, because of that, he just doesn't feel pain. And he's, for some reason, fucking alpha strong.
Yeah, he pulled a JoJo episode 2. He had 3 of the doctors on him, weren't slowing him down, were shit. And every 2 seconds in this episode was him saying, oh, you think that hurts? Try having blank surgery. Try having your organs replaced. Try having your skin replaced. Try having your eyes replaced. Like every single thing was just like next level pain. And then he like cuts up Sanda in the same way.
Dude, it's pretty fucking metal. But then, thankfully, Sanda gets saved by the chief director, Tetsudome Toyo, I think that's her name.
I think. Yeah.
And like, I love how we just get introduced to her. She just kneecaps. No, just like fucking kneecaps him.
Yeah, and the interesting thing with her is people really have chosen to stop to like aging physically. So
yeah, like 50 to 60, they can just choose. Hey, I'm not gonna grow older.
Except for their hands, which is why the headmaster has those. But she's chosen to age fully, so she's obviously very short. She's very wrinkly.
She's kind of like, your typical like Asian grandma aunt, where she's like shrunken, her cheeks are sunken in, her lips are pursed and everything, but like your typical Obasan, and like, she's apparently freaking strong or something. And she saves Sanda, and like she's like, hey, kneecaps Oshibo, you take a seat right there. And then they actually just dip. I was like, oh damn. She's like, oh no, you can go to the infirmary. All right, we're gonna just go chill and everything. So it's like there's 2 different routes. You can choose. You can do the Oshibo route where you retain your youthfulness even though like you're still old.
You reject the aging.
Or you accept it, which is very rare that the chief director did. And then she was like telling Sanda like about all this stuff. There's like hidden like aspects of this school that like if you want to change a school, you got to start with like the underworld and everything. And she was saying like, Sanda was like, I'm so weak, like please teach me. She's like, once you confront those, then I'll teach you. So it's like pretty cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I like her.
With her, I always say that she looks like the Kung Fu Panda master. Was it Shifu? Master Shifu?
Shifu, the lemur looking thing.
Yeah, and then the other side is she constantly just flirts with Santa. She's like, you tall drink of water, come pick me up and walk me up these stairs. I'm like, all right. I wonder if he's gonna fall for her. But then we kind of move on to the next episode, right?
Yeah. Well, last episode fucking blew my mind. I was like, oh dude, this is so good. This episode, I was like, oh my god, how do they keep getting away with it? I'm like, this is like it just keeps topping itself. Like, I enjoyed this episode just as much as I enjoyed the last episode.
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We got the underworld coming into play in this one. We first start the episode with his buddy Amaya, trying to be a good homie. He's breaking up the team. He's just like, you know what? I can't put Sanda in danger anymore. That's unfair. I was being selfish when I was asking him to save my like family cake shop. And he tries to break up the team of 3. And obviously Santa's not having that. He flips out. He's like, fuck you, we're not doing that shit. And he climbs the side of the dorm building to get into the dorm because Ayama's locked the door. So now he's just Santa Claus scaling a building.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I also kind of like, I was like, throughout the whole entire thing, I'm like, does Amaya have feelings for Santa? It kind of, it was kind of giving that a little bit, but I'm like, nah, this is probably like, like brotherly love or some shit.
Bromance,
yeah, bromancing. And then, that was just like a minor caveat. So like, that was dealt with, thankfully, quickly. And then,
I'm sorry you don't like little fucking progression bits.
I actually did enjoy that a lot.
Yeah,
but like
thought so.
The main meat of this episode, that was like crazy. So we get to see what's his fiance's name again? I forgot.
I forget her name. The redhead.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on screen right here. So him and Nico are just hanging out, cleaning up the leaves from the typhoon because I guess they're on duty for that one. And then Nico bumps into what's the girl's name? Fumi.
Yeah.
Thank God I have it all right here.
Yeah.
She bumps into Fumi that we didn't know of. That she was carrying pots. She's like, oh, I'm just trying to bring this into the class, like dead plants, everything. And then
broken pots.
Like, hey, you know what? We can make it easier. We can help you. And like even Nico's like, I don't want to do this. So they actually like talk to her and like she's leading them to their classroom, right? Which is in the semi basement, and we've heard so much shit about the basement, but I guess this is like the semi basement, so there's like two different things here.
Potentially. Sure. We know that she says she's from class 10 to 10.
Year 2, yeah, and like Santa was like, I thought there was only 5 classes in year 2.
Yeah, they fucking skipped all of them. Got down to 10, and they end up in the semi basement, and they open the door, and everyone down there, other than what's her name, Fumi.
Fumi.
Other than Fumi, looks basically exactly the same. They all have like the same haircut, the same stance. They're all kind of crazy-eyed. And she explains that this class 10 is where they put children that have been convicted or associated with the murders of adults. Because they're allowed to murder them. They're just now they're in their own group.
Yeah, and like the way that like she dropped the bomb so nonchalantly, I was like, what? Huh? What?
And that's exactly Sanda's reaction. And he is dealing with the whole Santa thing where these children have kind of gone down the naughty path and lost hope and all of the things that he wants to reinstill in them. But Nico's like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, they're fucking creepy as shit.
We gotta go, man. And like they try to leave and like the door's locked. And like before they can leave, Fumi's just like, we heard a rumor that Santa is upstairs. Can we talk to him? Do you know anything about that? And thankfully Nico plays it cool by saying, what? You guys actually believe that rumor? It doesn't exist or anything. Like let's get the hell out of here. And then like they unlock the door and let them go. And I love how like Nico was like trying to pretend to be happy go lucky. She accidentally like bumps into the door because usually she's pretty cool as a cucumber. But it actually showcased that like she was fucking freaking out, man.
Yeah, and Santa clues in. He's like, we should have realized it. The plants, they actually put them out in the typhoon to kill the plants. The teacher doesn't exist down there because no adults want to teach them because they think they're gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Like, these are just sadistic fucking children.
Like demented children.
Yeah, it's so crazy, and I love the way that they did that. And even after all that, Santa says, you know what? I need to save these children from hope. They wanted to see Santa. I gotta go back. I gotta go.
Actually, no, he didn't want to go back. Freaking Nico. She's like, oh, where's my like rabbit or something? The stuffy toy in my backpack. She's like, I must have fucking left it there. I don't want to go back. And Santa's like, I'll go back.
Yeah, but he went as Santa. He could have gone as Santa and it would have been fine. But he decided, he was like, no, I'm going as the old guy.
He wants to, like, give them what they want or like, try and break through to them. But like, we see him go down there and they're like so happy to see him. He's sitting with Fumi in the middle of class and everyone just circled around them. Freaky style, right? And like we go on to explain like Fumi explains why they wear boots. The boots are essentially shackles that
Yeah.
everybody wears as students. Because I kind of forgot what exactly she said. Do you remember?
She was talking about the weight of the hard to put on boots, making it more difficult for them to run or run away. And it's basically the prison uniform for all of these kids that are not allowed to leave the school. They're not allowed the freedoms. They're not allowed to enjoy themselves that they would in normal shoes.
Yeah. So she raised the point that like, hey, like we're actually captives in this school. You do realize that, right? So like that was a pretty interesting thought. Like it's like there's so much like lore and like backstory to this school and everything. But then she's like, Santa is just like, well, because you guys like want to see me so badly, you want something from me, right? She's like, oh, really? Like, and then she goes to explain like about the boots, and she's like, you know, back in the day, they would put like gifts in like stockings or boots. So like, it's another, you know, like Christmas like tie-in, which is like pretty cool. I like that. She's like, here's my boot, Santa. Give me your thumb. Give me your thumbs.
Yeah, cut your thumbs off and give them to me. And
I was like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
obviously, as Santa, he has this feeling to compel him to cut his thumbs off and give his thumbs to these children who have now circled closer, and we see behind their backs and they're all holding weapons, machetes, knives, X-Acto knives, I think hammers, just any weapon that they can hold. And it's so culty. It's so crazy.
It's kind of freaky. So it's like, oh shit, some shit's gonna go down. But thankfully, while she explained the whole boot situation, we see that Fuyumura, she was wondering where Santa is, and you know, Nico told her. So she's like, well, we gotta get the fuck over there. So she actually removes her boots in front of everybody, and everyone's like, what? That's crazy. Because there's a rule forbidding you from doing that. But then like Amaya's like, what are you doing? She's like, well, how else am I gonna run with? Well, which I found weird because technically you should be able to run better with those boots.
But also,
anyways,
she didn't even run. She fucking jumped off the balcony like Spider-Man, and
she
then
parkoured down.
It was crazy. I was like, why'd you take the boots off for this? You're not running.
And then thankfully she comes in the nick of time when, like, you know, they were all surrounding Santa, and she just fucking like bombs the door.
Yeah,
classic Fuyumura.
They gotta throw it back to the bombs, dude.
Yeah,
every
she's
time.
got like the bomb strapped to her chest, like, yo, like, oh, this is class 10? Oh, whatever. I'm like, god damn, dude, she's so badass.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we left off, with her bombing her way through the door to class 10. And so much has happened in just this episode with the progression of class 10.
Dude, the story's so good, man.
The murderers, they're all culty. And the headmaster did say, because he tackled, what's the Saint Nick squad guy?
Yagiuda. He
Yagiuda?
was fucking pissed. We saw him choking him.
Yeah. And Yagiuda just sucked up to him, saying like, oh no, I just was distracted by your beauty and your youth and all this shit. But then the headmaster says, if you're not going to do it, don't worry. I have people at this school with a higher affinity for murder. And to me reads like he went down a class 10 and said, bring me Santa's head.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So like, love it. Love Sanda. This is so good, man. So it's 7 episodes, and each and every episode you're like, this is pretty fucking good.
You can't predict what's next.
I know, god damn, I can't, like, this is like kind of like one of the top animes for me, honestly. It's like getting up there in my list, like full list.
Yeah.
So good.
The only other thing that I'm, again, not knowing, super confused by it, is we cut back and we saw Ono in the hospital bed, and she was like physical pain, wincing, squeezing her hands, keeling over, and you saw all these veins and muscles,
you also heard bones kind of like
cracking,
breaking a little bit. You're cracking or something.
Yeah.
So what I think is happening, because she basically one night puberty, right? She just grew into an adult. I'm thinking because, like, you know, when you grow up, you have like the growing pains in your bones, and it's just that lingering like soreness.
Yep.
She's getting like,
it's all at once,
20 plus years of that right then and there. So I could probably see that, like, she's just, you know, it must hurt so bad.
That was my assumption too, is that it's just condensed growing pains all into basically right now. And dude, I can, that would suck, dude.
It would suck, but I'm glad like they're including that in the story
Another little
itself,
thing,
right?
dude.
Like,
Another little thing.
It's like they thought of like the Paru thought of everything. It's so cool. Anyways, that wraps up like last week's episode and this week's episode.
Yeah, it's so good. But you know what? If you liked it and have been loving this series as much as we have, leave a comment down below. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, all the good stuff. But please check out all the other series we're recapping most of the week. But until next time, thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you later. Peace.
Peace, guys.